As Chief Justice, I've spent many hours traveling the state to meet with judges and to talk to people who count on the courts to solve their problems. Whether it's a farmer from Northwest Ohio or a trial judge, they all say they want a Chief Justice who has common sense. Somebody who is able to work, to listen, and solve what they see as the problems with the courts. I have the experience to do just that. While a first-year law student and brand new father, I was elected to the Mayfield School Board, where I served nearly 15 years. In those days of declining enrollments, we had to make tough choices, but we kept spending down and kept the focus on the kids in the classroom. For 10 straight years, we did not go back to voters to ask them to increase their taxes. At the time, the Wall Street Journal listed us as one of the top 10 school districts in the country. Having grown up working in our family business and setting out to own and operate my own small business, I knew that people want a fair return on their tax dollar. People want elected officials who understand the balance between government spending and the services that government provides. After more than a decade of practicing law in Greater Cleveland, fighting for working families and small businesses, I joined Democrat Lee Fisher in the Attorney General's office, where I worked to protect consumers from fraud and to provide guidance to businesses about fair practices. When Republican Betty Montgomery took office, she asked me to stay on her team, where she put me in charge of her most high-profile effort, litigation that forced cigarette makers to change their marketing practices. My efforts helped Ohio recover over $10 billion from the tobacco industry. My years of legal experience in both the public and the private sectors led me to become a magistrate and then to win election as judge of the Franklin County Common Pleas Court and eventually as judge of the Franklin County Probate Court, the largest single judge court in Ohio. The position of Chief Justice needs somebody with my experience, somebody who knows what it's like to make a payroll, somebody who understands the needs of both the businesses that create jobs and the legal protections needed for an elderly woman who is struggling to pay her medical bills while fighting off foreclosure on the home where she raised her family. In one of his last interviews before his passing, Chief Justice Tom Moyer said the court would benefit from a diversity of opinions. He knew better than anyone that the court of last resort, the court with the responsibility